If y'all didn't quite get it, let me say it again, I'm here to stay.
Looks like my boy is coming with me to LA. Where we going, cuz?
We coming home.
We coming home, cuz.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave when we first practice to deceive. The great Walter Scott would say this all the way back in 1808, and some NBA players could absolutely give a shit less. Yes, even though for some reason we view them as near immortals, NBA stars are just as human as you and I, so they will make mistakes themselves, just like the rest of us. Cheating, stealing, and lying all have a deep history in the NBA, and today we're going to discuss one of those in specific, lying. Welcome to NBA Zone. And in today's video, we'll be going over 5 times NBA players lied to NBA fans. Of course, before we do that, you guys need to go ahead and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss out on any of our latest videos. Oh, and hit that notification bell too. Now, let's get deceitful. We have Kyrie Irving. After LeBron James left the Cleveland Cavaliers back in 2010, Cavs fans were left angry and heartbroken. They went from being championship contenders to the bottom of the barrel in the league in just a snap of a finger, or should I say in just an hour-long ESPN segment. The Cavs would go 19-63 during the 2011 season, and a few lucky bounces later, acquired the first pick in the draft. With this pick, they would take Kyrie Irving. At this time, it was the only bit of hope Cavs fans had. It would spark this moment.
Are you going to leave us like LeBron left us?
It's a great question. No, I won't leave. I'm not leaving. How can I leave you guys?
Yes, Kyrie saying that he wouldn't leave the Cavs. This would be a really funny moment when Kyrie would request a trade from Cleveland come 2017. He would then be traded to the Celtics, and this wouldn't be the last time Kyrie would lie. Boston fans would feel the wrath of Kyrie's deceit as well. Then of course the story goes that Kyrie would leave to go play in Brooklyn. This man has got to stop making promises.
It's quite important, and I appreciate that, Scout. I joined in, but I shared it with some of my teammates as well as the organization and everyone else in Boston. You guys will have me back. I plan on re-signing here next year.
Boom!
Next we have Kevin Durant. Ever since entering the NBA, Kevin Durant had been listed at 6'9". Of course, with a player like KD, a long and lanky body like his can make him seem a little bit taller than he actually is. But over time, NBA fans began to realize that KD's reported height compared to those around him wasn't adding up. Check out this picture. You can see KD standing alongside 2 NBA centers in DeMarcus Cousins and DeAndre Jordan. Durant is seemingly taller than the both of them. Why does this matter? Well, Cousins is listed at 6'10" and Jordan is listed at 6'11", so clearly KD is at least 7 feet tall. During an interview in 2016, he would finally admit his true height, saying that he was measured at 6'10" without shoes, and with shoes, he stands at 7 feet. He stated that he just told everyone he was 6'9" as a joke, and he actually is a 7-footer. This just makes it even crazier that KD is able to do what he does on the basketball court. Now finally, we have Paul George. We talked about Kyrie Irving not keeping his promises to the Cavs and Celtics, and he wouldn't be the only one to do so. After expressing interest in playing elsewhere, the Pacers would trade their all-star forward Paul George to the OKC Thunder. As soon as he arrived, PG fell in love with the city, or perhaps infatuation would be the correct term, after he would promise the city that he would be staying for the future, but instead he would want dealt just 2 seasons later.
If y'all didn't quite get it, let me say it again, I'm here to stay.
You can hear Paul George telling the OKC fans at a club that he was there to stay in OKC. Come 2 years later, PG would be dealt to the Clippers, which would spark yet another lie from Paul George. On arrival, PG would say this.
For me, I grew up a Clippers fan. I love the Clippers as a kid.
Which is funny because he would have this to say during the 2018 offseason.
When I first fell in love with the game and I'm outside playing in front of the house, I'm not picturing myself in an Indiana jersey or picturing myself in a Thunder jersey. I picture myself in a Lakers jersey.
PG and Kyrie may be a little clingy to say the least, which there's nothing wrong with that, I'm just saying.
Keeping that relationship authentic, I thought everything has just been real. The relationship with Sam, connecting with Russ, I think I really built like a family and a brotherhood in that organization. Russ is somebody I can win with, and vice versa.
Oh, looks like my boys coming with me to LA. Where we going, cuz?
We coming home.
We coming home.
We have Manute Bol. Manute Bol was famous for being one of the tallest players in NBA history, and he would pass away at the age of 47, as far as we know. Why do I say that? Well, former Cleveland State coach Kevin Mackey claims that Bol might have actually been 47 while he was playing in the NBA. His birthday is listed as October 12, 1968, but that's not what his birth certificate says. In fact, Bol didn't even have a birth certificate. Coach Mackey just gave Bol a birthday because nobody knew how old Manute was, not even himself, and Mackey wanted Bol on his team. So, NBA personnel was under the impression that Bol was actually 19 years of age. Kevin Mackey says that when everyone else thought Bol was 19, he was certain that he was in his 40s. This is what he'd have to say. Every athletic door is open at 19. Every athletic door is closed when you're 35. He was probably 40, 50 years old when he was playing in the NBA. How old do you guys think Bol was? Next, we have Michael Jordan. So if you're watching this video, then you're most likely aware of Michael Jordan's mid-career hiatus from the NBA to go play baseball.
Just being given an opportunity is something that I can feel very privileged about. I mean, the White Sox gave me an opportunity just to go out there and see what type of skills I have. And if I ever develop the skills to be up here, then great. If I don't, at least I fulfill the dream, at least trying. And I've had a good time doing that.
He claimed that he was retiring from basketball to chase the dreams that his late father had for him in baseball. But could this have been a cover-up? Jordan was nearly the consensus GOAT of basketball at the time, and he had just came off his first three-peat. With his basketball career being so great, it would seem dumb to just throw it all away like that, and that caused fans to speculate. In 1992, after winning his second NBA championship, Jordan was called to testify in the criminal trial of James Bowler to explain why Bowler, a convicted drug dealer, was in possession of a Jordan-signed personal check for $57,000. First, Jordan claimed it was a business loan, but under oath, he admitted that this was a payment for gambling losses for a single weekend. Then in early 1993, San Diego businessman Richard Equinas revealed his book Michael and Me, Our Gambling Addiction, My Cry for Help, that he had won over $900,000 from Jordan in golf betting. Around the same time, MJ was spotted in an Atlantic City casino in the early hours on the morning of Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. After the Bulls had won their third championship, the NBA launched an investigation into Jordan's gambling problems to check whether he had violated any league rules. Then, 4 months later, Jordan stunned the world by suddenly retiring from professional basketball. At the press conference, when he was asked if he would ever return, he said, quote, 5 years down the road, if the urge comes back, if the Bulls will have me, if David Stern lets me back in the league, I may come back. Why did Jordan even have to say that? If he was retiring, why would David Stern need to let him back in the league? David Stern was never mentioned by anyone either. Only days after Jordan announced his retirement, the league dropped its investigation, saying he did nothing wrong, even though he had been betting a ridiculous amount of money on sports at the time, which still to this day isn't even legal in all 50 states. This begs the question, was there a secret agreement between Jordan and Stern, where Stern told him to simply retire and create a distraction so that he wouldn't face a suspension and have his huge marketable name stay clean? What do you guys think? Anyways, that's gonna do it for today's video. How does it make you feel when NBA players lie like this? Let us know down in the comments section below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you drop a like and consider subscribing to the channel. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.